starting some sort of goods and services, producing some sort of goods and services in the city you are now before you come to your homestead, so you can decide what it is you want to produce at your homestead. You got to, constantly, have something to barter with, or something to produce to maintain yourself at your homestead, as well as have excess to take to the marketplace to sell for other goods and services, or cash to exchange for other goods and services. So now, if you decided on something, you got to decide on where you want land, or what location in the United States or what location in the world that you're going to have the best return on investment for your goods and services that you want to produce on your homestead. And once you decided on a piece of land, you got to decide, okay, am I going to purchase this outright cash, or am I going to make payments on it? I don't suggest make payments on land. There's a lot of scammers out there that you'll pay, $300 for 20 years and end up paying $40,000 for a 5-acre piece of parcel of land that's not worth anywhere near that. So let's be real. Let's go ahead and try to buy it out cash right. If you can't buy it out cash right, then make payments, but you want to pay it off fast as possible to own it outright. All right. So once you acquire the land, first thing you do is you land your property. And even before you get there, you want to start acquiring lumber. That's one thing you're going to need, the most abundant resource you're going to need, or more, most demanded resource you're going to need while building. As you see, we use a lot of lumber. We've got a mixture of dimensional lumber from Lowe's and Home Depot, and then we have some used timbers from online, from Craigslist and Facebook marketplace. So just source lumber wherever you can. Try to get as cheap as possible, because you need a lot of it. And the more you have, the bigger, better, shelter you'll have. Better cabin, better house, whatever you're trying to decide to build. So what we've done here is decided to go with the pier system, just because the cost of hauling concrete out here would just be ridiculous. So to save cost and have just as sturdy as a foundation, we're going to use a traditional pier system. So we use a 10-inch tube with a 6x6 stud or a timber. I should use at least 12-inch on this, but it'll suffice. You can also use tires. There's all kind of building methods out there online on YouTube and everything else. You can research and determine what building method and that works best for you and maybe most economical for you. So first, get your conservatives together, start acquiring lumber and building materials, find your piece of land. Don't make payments. Always want to pay cash, get it paid off right off the bat, and start building your foundation. And think about weather-wise too, because a lot of places you might go decide to purchase land and start homesteading. You might do it in the wrong time of year, or might be going into the wrong time of year. Like right now is not the greatest time to try to homestead unless you're ready to go and pull the trigger. You got all your resources together up here, because we're going into winter. It's already colder than snot, throughout the night and the morning. So it wouldn't be a good idea to try to start homesteading up and ready to roll there with winter, the foundation. We built over here during the winter, right out of the blue. It was around January, February, and I caught wind about this virus crap, and I was like, oh shit, we're had this land for 2 or 3 years now. Let's get out there and start building. So we rushed out here and got that thing real quick. So it took me about 20 days to get that built right there. That little small cabin there, we left that side open so that we can extend it out here and build the cabin how we really want it. So we're going to get it all nice and sealed up and everything, and not thrown together in the 30 days, less than 30 days. And then we're going to attach it to this cabin, and that's why I left that side raw. So we can just go ahead and there's a bathroom there, and that's where we're going to actually make a room through the front of the bathroom, and the bathroom will be closed off. We'll explain that later. We'll show the interior of that cabin and continue on in here. And this cabin will stretch back out there to, as you can see, that kind of target pot or target can that's right there. But back there, across back here, and interrupting our little garden there. And that's a lot of shit there because the fucking livestock, chickens and everything love jumping up there, and the cattle love coming over there. So I've had to barricade our crop there just to keep the livestock from going at it. It's kind of funny though, because the other day they sat there just mowing down my plants, and there was some marijuana plants, and things were starving. You could tell they had the munchies. They're just falling, picking at my legs and everything. I threw some, oh my God, I've never be so ravenous. They'd 2 handfuls of feed and less than a minute. I was like, yeah, you guys been eating my plants too, I could tell. But you can check out my grow videos and you'll get more information, details on all that situation. But we're gonna cover it right now. Right now we're talking about homesteading and the foundation, second phase. You got your land, you got a product service, you want to break ground, start building. But yeah, I suggest doing pier system. It's concrete tubes, tires, and if you decide to use those recycled building materials, just make sure you do something to the outside of it when you're done. Don't leave it just tires and tacky ass shit, because it looks like a third world country. I mean, come on now. You want to be aesthetically pleasing as well. I mean, don't have your property looking like trash. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie, to mitigate trash and mitigate dunnage, all that stuff, while you got business ventures and different, homesteading ventures and so forth going on, livestock roaming around, and wind and weather and everything else. We get a lot of high winds up here, so we get trash thrown out everywhere. I have to clean that field up right now, matter of fact, to get all the insulation, fiberglass, and plastic and roofing materials that have flown out there. So you just want to be ready to mitigate trash and dunnage and stuff like that on a regular basis. Dig a pit. I gotta dig a pit over here. We have a big pile there we use for a burn pile, but with all the fire situations going on, we want to put that thing under the ground and have some wire mesh or something to layer on top of it as it burns, to keep the cinders and debris from flying out. So you don't want to burn on windy days and all that jazz, but those are the details we'll get into later. Homesteading, you're gonna be constantly busy, constantly have things to do. It's always something to do, always. So the lovely thing about it is that you wake up every morning and start the morning, just keep going. It's not hard work by no means. I mean, it is in a way, but at the same time, it's rewarding. You're reinvesting in yourself, you're reinvesting in your own assets and your own family. So it's not one of those things where you have to oh my God, I have to get up and go work for this fool and clean his business and facilities and maintain and serve his customers and all that sort of stuff. And it's a lot of work for a little return on investment, and just kicking the can down the road, living in that marketplace, instead of having your own asset like a piece of land where you get sunshine, rain, water, soil, all that stuff that you can take and turn it into products and services that you can take to the marketplace yourself and actually have a better return on investment for your labor. Like I say, you take some natural resources, sprinkle a little labor on that shit, and you take it out there and sell it and have a good return on investment that can help carry along your prosperity. Until our next video, I'm signing off. So like I said, for the third, fourth time, I like to repeat myself, and I am a repeater and all that stuff, so just get used to it. You got your products and services. You're starting to acquire lumber. You find a piece of land that facilitates a huge return on investment for your products and service that you selected. You buy that land, try to buy it cash, not payments, and then you make your way out there, whatever building materials or whatever you have, and you start building. And you break ground, decide whether you want to do a pure foundation or this regular old stem wall concrete foundation, or if you want to do a basement. That's up to you. But you just got to start developing those skills and start developing the knowledge of how to do those things before you even take off out there. And don't waste your time. The sooner you get started, the better. You can take off right now and do it if you want to. It's up to you. But I suggest, while you're getting ready to go out there, just start studying, start researching. That's the key. That's one of the things about homesteading too, is you have to be ready to learn and ready to do your own due diligence and learning and teaching yourself new trades and skills. Don't expect to be able to, the convenience of a marketplace. Well, I'm just going to go pay someone to do it, or I'm just going to go pay someone to teach me and this and that. But learn how to teach yourself. That's what homesteading is about. That's what being a man is about. That's what being a human being is about. Homo sapien, wise ape. All right. So use that wise wisdom, use that brain that we've been blessed with, or what you want to call it, and put it to use. So start learning, start studying, start acquiring more knowledge on building and building materials, and acquiring building materials and land and all those other things, and you'll see how quickly things take off. Well, till next time. As a modern mountain man, I acquire golden gems on a regular basis. And like I said before, if you like and subscribe to our videos, we're going to give away an ounce of gold and a 30+ carat aquamarine gem. The only way you're going to win is by clicking that like button and subscribing to our channel.